Good morning, Saints. I hope you're blessed by this short devotion that I felt to share with you today. Now, many of you don't know me that well, and you may not know that I grew up in America with a house full of boys. I had 7 brothers, and so what our house looked like on a Sunday afternoon was everyone, mostly everyone, sitting around watching the American football games. In particular, the Pittsburgh Steelers. That was the team in our area that everyone cheered for and rooted for. And so I can still hear all the shouting and the cheering and yelling at the television screen and see them sitting on the edges of their seats when they were worried about what was going to happen in the next play. And so that was how I grew up. And then when I got married, Mike, I think he might be even a bigger football fan. He didn't just watch all of the Steeler games, but he watched every football game, every American football game. And so he would always do the same. He would be sitting on the edge of his seat, waiting to see what the outcome would be. And this particular team, the Steelers, always had a tendency to struggle, and then pull out the win in the very last, less than a minute on the clock. And so this was, the sports that I had grown up with. And then when I was married, again, we had more of it in our house with Mike. And so Mike always watched the Super Bowl, and the Super Bowl is the championship American football game that everyone makes a big deal of. They all get together and have parties and everything, and everybody watches that. But there was one year in 2010 where Mike and I were on mission in Liberia, and we were returning back from a few weeks in Africa that year. And Mike had missed the Super Bowl. And so he did everything that he possibly could to not find out what the outcome would be, because his mom had recorded the game for him to watch when he got back. And so he avoided all newspapers, television, social media, Facebook, everything, so that he could watch the game as if it were in real time without knowing the outcome. And so he made it almost the entire flight back. There were 3 different flights back from Liberia to get to our home in America. And we were on the 3rd and final flight. We were nearly there, and there was a male airplane or airport staff that approached him and was just chatting with him. And he said, "Oh, how about those Saints? They really pulled it off in the end," before Mike had a chance to stop him. And the look on his face, I still remember, it just dropped. Because he had so badly wanted to watch the game without knowing the outcome. That year it was the Colts, Peyton Manning's Colts, playing the Saints. And the Saints won. And so that year, when I saw Mike watch the game, it was a different game that he was watching, or a different Mike who was watching the game. Instead of sitting there anxiously, excitedly watching it on the edge of his seat, not knowing who was going to win, and struggling, with his own feelings about it. This year, he just kind of sat back, relaxed, because we already knew the outcome. And so I want to just remind you that today, this is just a wee reminder that I felt to share with you. In John 16:33, it says, "These things I have spoken to you, that in me you may have peace. In the world you will have tribulation, but be of good cheer, I have overcome the world." And this is Jesus telling this. He says that we will have struggles and tribulations and trials in this world, but that we can be of good cheer because we know the outcome. The Saints pull it off. Jesus has given us the victory. He has overcome, and we have also overcome through him. So I just want to encourage you today that as you're going through the struggles of life, if you're feeling worried, if you're feeling anxious, if you're sitting on the edge of your seat like Mike was with those football games, wondering if you're going to be able to pull it off, if your team is able to pull it off in the end, I can just let you know, here's the spoiler alert. The Saints win. The Saints will pull it off. So I just want you to be encouraged in that today, that you can rest assured that you can go through that same game, that you can just relax knowing the outcome. We do have troubles, we do have battles, even according to Ephesians 6, we're being equipped for those battles. There are struggles that happen, but in the end, the saints will pull it off. So I just hope that you're blessed by that today, and that you can rest assured that when you do face difficulties in life, that the saints will win. God bless. Take care now.